r/NoahGetTheBoat has everything awful. It's the bottom. It's the worst of the worst. You think r/I'm a piece of is bad? Get ready, because you're about to cry. Are pride parades kid-friendly? Parents say children can handle the kink. Parents say, then we need to separate those children from those parents, because that is perverse. Fetish gear in kink has no business being in front of a child. That can be incredibly traumatizing, and it's just morally wrong. The whole point is to preserve a child's innocence, not put them in front of fetish gear. Regardless of the parade, that is wrong, but for some reason we're supposed to make that permissible because it's Pride Month and because it's a pride parade? No, it's wrong. It's gross. You can have a parade that celebrates sexuality that isn't perverted, that doesn't corrupt the minds of young children. And to those who disagree, would kink and fetish gear be permissible at a straight pride parade if that were to exist? If you're cringing at that, if you think that's creepy, if you think that's gross, the same thing applies here. Sister comes home to celebrate Eid, but brother kills her for pursuing dancing and modeling. In an awful turn of events, a fashion model was killed in the name of honor by her brother in a village near Okra. The victim, Sidra Khalid, had to come to her home to celebrate Eid. Honor killings are oxymoronic. There's no way to kill and preserve honor at the same time. Apparently, dancing and modeling is dishonorable, and the only way to preserve honor in the family is by killing your sister. Because for some reason, that specific murder is permissible, as long as it makes you guys look good. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand why that is even practiced in places in the world. This poor woman came back to her home, a place where she should feel safe, and she was killed by her brother because she made the mistake of modeling. So I was kicked from my esports team because my mom was on her last days and they assumed it would affect my performance. I already knew for some time that this day would come since she had stage 4 cancer. She passed away on Monday. Imagine being fired from a job because you're about to lose a loved one. You know what that sounds like? A lawsuit. I would definitely talk to a lawyer, bro. No way could they do you like that. If you were willing to work and train for this specific competition, they should let you work and train. But instead they assume that you would lose games because you're upset. That's not fair to you or to anyone else. I hope this guy continues to air out his team online because people ought to know. This is super messed up, and I bet they didn't even give you proper time off. I bet they didn't even give you money for leaving. But instead they chose to impact your income and your life because they didn't want to risk losing a game. How pathetic. This is just cursed. This is cursed. Nothing good comes after this. Obviously, we don't act on it because of the law, but girls in that age range are mad sexy and have literally the perfect body composure for sexual activity. I get it. You're afraid to admit it. It's fine, but I know that deep down you want to screw literally what? If this post isn't indicative of what you might see on Reddit, I don't know what is. People will go out of their way and just out themselves like this confidently on the website. Oh, I'm not a weird guy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Incredibly strange. Oh my God, someone needs to check your hard drive. Spanish sisters tortured to death in honor killings after refusing to help husbands emigrate from Pakistan. The practice of honor killings is illegal in the Middle East, don't get it twisted. But in small villages and small communities, it's still permissible and it's still culturally significant in said communities. And according to this article and the previous one that we saw before, it's incredibly unsafe for women to live in these communities for a multitude of reasons, but honor killings specifically are egregious because they're seen as an entitlement. These men genuinely believe that killing their wives made them honorable, and they are justified in their actions because their wives defied them. They refused to help them emigrate out of Pakistan. Russian model who trashed Putin on social media found dead in suitcase. You can't say anything about Vladimir Putin without getting any sort of retribution. And the sad thing is that you really don't know what type of person came after this woman. Was it just a random civilian who's a supporter of Putin and felt that he or she needed to enact some sort of retribution on his behalf, or was it something political? Was it something governmental? The world may never know, but what we do know is that an innocent woman voiced her opinion online and she lost her life over it. That's foul. A university student was trying to research ways to help turtles cross the road safely, so he placed a fake turtle in the road to observe driver behavior. Disturbingly, he found that 6% of people deliberately went out of their way to hit the turtle. That's not surprising. I've heard there's maniacs out there who purposefully hit deer who are trying to cross the street. Even though it will cause damage to their car, they just want to end a life. There's something really sick about these people. There's something really broken about them that encourage them to kill an innocent creature that can't do anything but be in the street, that can't get out of the way of a vehicle going 60 miles per hour. Woman runs kids over with SUV, sues victims for $1.35 million in damages. Charlene Simon, an Ontario woman who struck 3 teenagers with her SUV while speeding, killing one, is suing the dead teen, his parents, his deceased brother, and the families of the other teenagers and the county for 1.35 million Canadian dollars, stating that she has suffered from depression, anxiety, irritability, and post-traumatic stress since the incident. She blames the boys for negligence. Simon was speeding at the time of the accident. She may also have been talking on her cell phone. The boys' family is in shock, and even their lawyer has stated that he hasn't seen anything like this before. Let me get this straight. You killed a teenage boy, and you're suing their family, the county, and everyone who's associated with him because you're anxious and depressed over the situation? You ended a life because you were on the phone. You had something better to do, right? Someone better to talk to, and you killed a child. Someone who's barely lived a life. You took his, and you want money? And the fact that this is a legitimate lawsuit means that the world, or at least the community, has to deal with the court case that follows. That we genuinely have to hear your argument in court, that you need money for ending this kid's life because you're so bothered by the incident. Because you're anxious and you're depressed and you have post-traumatic stress for speeding and striking a child on the street with a SUV. This kid died on impact and you want money, and we have to sit there and humor your argument. I don't even need to research whether or not you lost the suit because this is such a ridiculous claim, but the fact that you had the gall to even put this claim forward, to even put this lawsuit forward, goes to show that you're just a new type of evil, a new type of despicable.
Alrighty, so a dark side of the apartment living. These people have abandoned their apartment. I'm sorry, I'm furious right now. The apartment is filthy. There's pet waste everywhere, and they left their dog here. Hi. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I know. So we do have to call the authorities. Pet waste everywhere. I'm shaking. I'm so angry. Oh, look how thin. Oh my God. I swear I hate people. This is ridiculous. Look at this glass. Shattered. Hold on, boy. It's okay. Just ridiculous. They left. They skipped out. Left their animal. Left the apartment like this. Definitely calling the authorities. Absolutely appalling.
Blind men verbally abused by activists claiming using guide dogs is cruel. A blind disability activist has spoken out about how he and a blind friend were verbally abused by animal rights activists who had become angered by the sight of their guide dogs. In what way is a trained animal an abused animal? Please make it make sense. Explain how that works. It's such a strange hill to die on because it's obvious that the dogs aren't being abused, and their job, helping these people see because they can't see by themselves, is crucial. But no, you just gotta lambaste blind people for having the audacity of trying to help themselves see in any way possible. Gang horror. 3 women raped man, 23, for 3 days after kidnapping man in taxi and force-feeding him energy drinks in South Africa. If you didn't think that was bad already, this post is more focused on the responses and the reactions to this story than the actual story itself. Lucky guy, I need a holiday, I'm living in the wrong country. I don't understand why there's people out there who genuinely think getting assaulted is good if you're a man and terrible if you're a woman. This mentality can be found everywhere on the planet. For some reason, men who get assaulted by women are seen as wimpy and cowards for going to the cops because you should be happy that she forced herself on you because you're getting some. When in reality, it's probably the most terrifying experience that this man will ever have in his entire life. And don't even get me started about young boys who get assaulted by their teachers and people online saying that that's a fantasy for them. Oh, I wish my teacher did that to me. Ooh, I wish a hot teacher did that to me. No! That young teen boy is going to be traumatized for the rest of his life because he was taken advantage of by someone he's meant to trust and look up to. I swear, if it's really easy for us to point out the fact that women being assaulted is an awful and terrible thing, why does that mentality not exist for men? 26-year-old woman sentenced to death over WhatsApp messages. The Pakistani woman told the court she believes she was entrapped into a religious discussion on WhatsApp after rejecting a man's advances. And this court sentenced her to death because of that. Because she was lured into a religious conversation with a man who wanted to be romantic with her. And when she rejected his advances, he reported this blasphemy. He reported these messages that she had about religion. And now she's dead. What is going on in Pakistan?
So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the dog is literally hiding under the grass from how hot he is. Again, no food, no water. This poor thing, dude. Look at that sun.
Dad says he poisoned and stabbed wife, kids, and dog to death because they needed to pass over before apocalypse. They couldn't be with you during the apocalypse, dude. They couldn't fight. They had to die. They couldn't be with you during the apocalypse, during when all the monsters come out of the ground and start eating people. Instead, you had to kill them. I'm smelling BS. That's what I'm saying. I think that you just wanted to end your family. And what did the dog's death have to do with it? If anything, he would help you during the apocalypse. All of this just doesn't make sense. And maybe it's because you're mentally ill. Maybe that's just why. There's no inconsistency because you don't have a consistent brain chemistry. Pakistan, unidentified men dig up girl's grave, corpse. In a shocking incident reported from Pakistan, some identified men allegedly dug up a teenage girl's body and raped her in Chanak Kamal village of Punjab province of Gujarat on Thursday. The deceased girl, buried on Wednesday evening, was reportedly mentally and physically challenged. 17 suspects have been found in relation to this crime. 17 people did something to this corpse. 17 people. 17 people. Let that sink in. I don't know if they targeted this grave or if they just chose a random one, but yeah. 17 people dug up a dead girl's grave and performed some of the most depraved acts imaginable, and then left the body unburied to be found in the morning. 17 people. 14-year-old boy guilty of murdering 12-year-old girl after Snapchat argument. Ava White was stabbed to death in Liverpool last November in a case that reflects rising lethal violence among young people in the UK. A 14-year-old boy has been found guilty of murdering a 12-year-old girl after stabbing her in the neck in Liverpool city centre last year. Boy A, who cannot be named for legal reasons, attacked Ava White on November 25th, following an argument over him filming her on Snapchat while she was out with friends. The 14-year-old boy's name is protected because he's still a minor, and they don't want violence acted against him. In my opinion, that's BS. He became an adult the very day that he chose to end someone else's life. He made a big decision there. He's not a kid anymore. He's not a kid anymore, and we need to know who he is. I find it really, really funny that we're concerned with the safety and well-being of a murderer just because they're a minor. No. You made the decision to end another life. So whatever comes after that, whatever consequences happen as a result of people knowing who you are yours to bear. There were books about anatomy and puberty when I was a child, and those books were very insightful, but this book in particular has been catching a lot of controversy because it includes a lot of images and descriptions about sexual intercourse, and this book is meant for 4 to 8, ages 4 to 8. Many parents and some teachers feel that this is incredibly inappropriate, that books that are specifically about sexual intercourse should not be given to children who aren't even teenagers yet. There are books, though, that are geared towards ages 8 and up that talk about individual anatomy, not intercourse, and those books are permissible. They make sense, and they can be read with a parent. But books like this, they are simply inappropriate. What 4-year-old needs to be exposed to full colored drawn intercourse scenes in a book? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's incredibly strange. What are the benefits of marrying a 100% service-connected veteran? I'm currently dating several guys. I don't know who to pick. One guy is a veteran and he's 100% service-connected. I don't really like disabled people, but he's the most put together out of the current group I'm dating. If he's getting benefits, does that mean I'll get benefits too? I am so glad that no one commented. I'm sure everybody saw this and just moved on. They didn't even bother to vote. Cheating on all of your dates aside, it seems like you're just in this for money. You just want money. You want a freebie, and it's funny that you're even asking for money because you already don't like being with him because he's disabled. That's already messed up enough. I swear, I really hope that this guy finds out that he's dating a monster, that he's dating somebody who's just simply there for a payday. Male nurse, 51, who sexually abused and filmed 4 unconscious patients and recorded staff using the toilet is jailed for 12 years. Only 12 years, not a lifetime. He filmed unconscious patients and sexually abused them, and he only got 12 years. Most likely he'll be out early too with good behavior. Are you serious? What would this guy have to do to get any more extra time? Kill them? Because it seems like he already took advantage of his position as a nurse, somebody who people put implicit trust into, to assault these women. So what's up? Why can't we give this guy life? I just don't understand. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. You're gonna get content from Monday to Friday, 5 pieces of content this week. I know you guys are looking forward to all of that. We have 2 new subreddits this week that I hope you guys really enjoy. And during this entire week, I will have a post in the community tab that is really important. I'm noticing that you guys are really enjoying the morbid reality content, and I really want to bless y'all. So I put in the community tab right here a poll that asks a simple question: do you want a marathon week of morbid reality content on this channel? Do you want Monday to Friday slam-packed full of morbid reality content? Do you want that? Yes or no? Let me know in the poll in the community tab. It'll be up there for the entire week, and if it's predominantly yes, then it'll be happening next week, Monday through Friday, nothing but morbid reality content. So if you're interested, go ahead and vote. And as always, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters for making content like this possible. A big thank you to Buckethead, Samantha Bellhart, Admin, AV8B Harrier 2+, Swag Daddy 69, Zach F, Darth Titan, Fafnir Stuff, Keely, Dunder Has Hawk, Caroline Banana, A Generic Fox Fur, Viva LaRue, Julian, Benny's Big Bean Burrito, Knobs, Lady Laughs a Lot, Swiss Patreon user, Muffy Lou Who, Noah, John Robinson, and Catherine Taylor. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one in my merch store and one in my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty!